drummer's got this piece of crap drum set in his garage, and we sit down and we start to jam, and I'm like kind of hanging in there with Corey. And after we got done, and he looks at me, he's like, bro, good job, dude. You were like feeling, you're going with the moments and, like just kind of feeling it. And that was it, dude. Like once I got a taste of like a peer basically going like, you did a good job, validation. I was like, and as a young kid, and you need it so much as a young man to just have somebody be like, I believe in you, Right. And I was off to the races after that.
Saturday, February 14th, 2026, Valentine's Day, a day meant for love. But for the Manchester Orchestra family in the indie rock world, it became a day of devastating heartbreak. Tim Very, the beloved drummer who helped shape Manchester Orchestra's sound for over a decade, passed away suddenly. He was just 42 years old. The band shared the news in an emotional statement. The entire Manchester Orchestra family has been devastated by the sudden passing of our brother, Timothy Very, the most beloved human being any of us were lucky enough to know in this life. We've all been dreading sharing this news, as we are all still in absolute disbelief. Absolute disbelief. This wasn't expected. This was sudden, shocking, and profoundly unfair. No cause of death has been publicly shared. But what we do know is who Tim Very was, what he meant, and why his loss leaves such a gaping hole. Timothy Very was born November 22nd, 1983, in Pensacola, Florida. From an early age, Tim found his rhythm in church, playing alongside Andy Prince, who would later become Manchester Orchestra's bassist. Tim cut his teeth with local Pensacola bands, then moved to San Diego and joined Waking Ashland. But it wasn't until 2011 that Tim found his true home. Manchester Orchestra, despite their name, was born in Atlanta, Georgia in 2004, founded by Andy Hull. When drummer Jeremiah Edmond departed in 2010, they needed someone new. Enter Tim Very. His first live performance with the band was in Camden, London in 2011, and Tim admitted the next day, I threw up during it, but then he said something perfect. It's been awesome. This is what I've always wanted to do, and these are guys I've known for a long time. It's the best. From that moment, Tim wasn't just their drummer. He was family. Over 13 years, Tim helped create some of modern indie rock's most celebrated albums. Simple Math, 2011, his debut, top 10 on Billboard's rock and alternative charts. The title track earned 2 MTV Video Music Award nominations. Cope, 2014, and its acoustic companion Hope, a double release showcasing Tim's versatility. A Black Mile to Surface, 2017. Many consider this their masterpiece. Tim's drumming was intricate, emotional, powerful, the backbone holding everything together. The Million Masks of God, 2021, released during the pandemic, Tim's rhythms were the heartbeat of every song. His final performance was at the Stuffing, Manchester Orchestra's annual Thanksgiving benefit, where they played A Black Mile to the Surface in full. Nobody knew it would be the last time. Next month, March 20th, 2026, they'll release Union Chapel, London, England, a live album. Tim will be on that record. His drums will echo one more time. But Tim was more than a drummer. He was a creative force. In 2019, Tim launched Timmy's Timeline, an interview podcast diving deep into the music industry. In 2020, he co-founded Super Canoe, a production company in Athens and Atlanta. He maintained an active YouTube channel, sharing his process and passion. Beyond Manchester Orchestra, he contributed to tracks by Foxing, Chris Staples, and Tom Morello. Tim wasn't content to just play music. He wanted to understand it, document it, celebrate it, and help others create it. But the band's tribute makes clear, Tim's greatest gift wasn't his drumming. It was his humanity. Tim was instantly likable and interacted with everyone he met with kindness and warmth, they wrote. His laugh was infectious, and he immediately made people feel invited and encouraged. His humor and energy were the very foundation that held together the entire MO universe. His humor and energy were the foundation. Not his drumming, his humanity. Strangers quickly became friends and friends became family. He had an undeniable light that was only matched by his dedication and love for the craft that he was clearly put on earth to do. Undeniable light. That's Tim Very. If you ever met Tim at a show, backstage, online, you felt it immediately. He made you feel welcome, seen, like you mattered. That's a rare gift. But the band saved the most important part for last. Please know, if you're someone who loved him, he loved you too. The only thing that Tim loved more than creating music was being with his family. you'd be pressed to find a more joyful dad. A more joyful dad. Tim played on stages worldwide. He created albums millions loved. He contributed to some of the last decade's most emotionally powerful music. But his greatest joy, being a dad. Music was his passion. Family was his purpose. In July 2025, just 7 months ago, Tim talked about chasing dreams on his podcast. It sounds so trite when you're young, when people are like, believe in your dreams. But some of that is true. If you actually believe in yourself and are willing to just bite down on the dream and go like, man, I'm gonna hang in here. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing out there, it doesn't have to just be music. This can go across the board for anything. You can make it happen. It just won't happen the way you thought it would. You can make it happen. It just won't happen the way you thought it would. Tim lived that truth. A kid from Pensacola who played in church, moved to San Diego, grew up during his first Manchester Orchestra show, and became integral to one of indie rock's most beloved bands. It didn't happen the way he thought it would, but he made it happen. Since the announcement, tributes have poured in from across the music world. One fan wrote, I met Tim at a show in 2015. I was nervous to say hi, but he immediately made me feel like an old friend. We talked for 20 minutes. I'll never forget that. Another shared, Tim Very's drumming on a Black Mile to the Surface got me through the darkest period of my life. His rhythms felt like a heartbeat keeping me alive. I'll be forever grateful. That's Tim's legacy. Not just albums, not just shows, but the people he touched, the lives he changed, the light he shared. Manchester Orchestra close their tribute with this. We love you, Tim. Thank you for loving us. You are a force of positivity that will be a constant presence in the rest of our days. A force of positivity, a constant presence. Tim Very may be gone, but his light hasn't dimmed. It lives in the music, in the memories, in the laughter he inspired, in the dreams he encouraged, in the family he loved, in the band he helped build. Tim Very died on February 14th, 2026. Valentine's Day, a day about love, and maybe in the cruelest and most beautiful way. That's fitting, because Tim Very was love. He loved music. He loved his craft. He loved his bandmates. He loved his fans. He loved his family. And more than anything, he loved being a dad. 42 years wasn't enough. It will never be enough. But what a life he lived, what joy he spread, what music he created, what light he shared. Manchester Orchestra will continue. The shows will go on. Albums will be released, but there will always be an empty space behind that drum kit where Tim Very used to sit. And every beat, every rhythm, every song they play from here on out will carry his spirit. Rest in peace, Tim. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the laughter. Thank you for making strangers feel like friends and friends feel like family. You were the foundation that held the entire MO universe together, and you always will be